Welcome to the deep dive. We all have those moments, don't we? Those flashes of inspiration. We see these grand goals. Maybe imagine ourselves crossing some kind of triumphant finish lines, that really potent vision of success. It often fuels us. But what actually bridges that gap, from the spark, the blueprint, to actually being there? What are the real drivers, the ones maybe we overlook sometimes? So today we're taking a deep dive into some really concentrated wisdom. We've pulled key insights from a piece called The Daily Grind, Building Your Own Road. It's short, yeah, but these lines are just packed with profound stuff. Challenges our usual ideas about ambition, about progress, how we actually get things done, our mission. Let's extract the core wisdom here. Maybe help you uncover some of those aha moments about, the hidden gears of progress. Let's dig in. Okay, so our journey into this starts with a line that, it might just make you pause. Rethink how you approach goals. The source kicks off by saying, a compass points north, but it doesn't take a single step for you. Now, that immediately kind of throws a wrench in things, doesn't it? How we think about planning. We spend so much time getting our bearings, figuring out the direction. But what's the critical disconnect this line highlights right away, especially for someone aiming high?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because it just so elegantly dissects that gap. The gap between intention and, actual execution. A compass is crucial, absolutely indispensable. It's clarity, purpose, direction, your strategy, even your values. It tells you where north is, your personal north. But here's the kicker. It gives you zero agency. None at all. Can't move you. And that's such a common pitfall, right? We get so wrapped up in perfecting the map, recalibrating that internal compass, making sure the plane is just right, that we forget the most vital next step, actually moving, putting one foot forward. You can have the clearest vision, truly beautiful, but if you're just standing still, that vision stays just that, a static intention.
Exactly. It's almost like a direct challenge from the source right off the bat. That direction is necessary. I mean, you don't want to be running flat out the wrong way, but it pivots so fast to say, hey, without movement, that direction, it's just theory. It's a powerful nudge, Knowing is only the beginning. The real journey starts with the doing. So our first big takeaway here feels like direction without deliberate action is just a beautiful idea. Static. The doing has to follow the knowing. Has to. And building right on that need for active engagement, the source gives us another really compelling contrast. It says, a dream can dazzle, but it's the quiet grind, the daily tick of unseen gears that makes the wheels turn. I love that phrasing. The contrast between the vibrant, almost like seductive dream, and then this hidden, mechanical, frankly less glamorous thing, the quiet grind, the daily tick of unseen gears. It's like pulling back the curtain on, the engine behind success stories. But what's the potential danger here if we only focus on that dazzling dream part and ignore the grind it mentions?
The dazzle is potent, incredibly so. And we need it, right? For inspiration. It pulls us forward, gives us that aspirational thing to reach for, definitely. But its sheer brightness can also be a huge distraction, a profound one, even. We can get so enchanted with the grand vision, the imagined glory, the outcome, that we actually neglect the unglamorous, consistent work needed to make it real. And that's where the quiet grind comes in. It's the unsung hero of the story. It's not flashy, doesn't get applause, certainly doesn't dazzle anyone. It's that consistent, often repetitive, incremental work, day after day, out of the spotlight. Think about an athlete training. The dream might be the gold medal that's dazzling, but the quiet grind, that's the 5 a.m. practice, the drills again and again, pushing through being sore, day in, day out for years sometimes.
That's a really strong analogy.
Yeah.
We see the championship win, not the 1,000 quiet mornings beforehand.
Precisely. And daily tick of unseen gears, that captures it perfectly. This relentless, sometimes monotonous effort, that's what builds real momentum, a complex machine. It doesn't work with one big, obvious movement. It's the countless, tiny, synchronized ticks of all those gears, small and large, working together. That's what generates the power, the movement. This is where the real building happens, the construction of anything significant. And the danger you mentioned, it's like paralysis by admiration. We admire the dream so much we forget we have to actually build it. It really makes you ask, are we giving enough respect, enough weight to that quiet, consistent work, the stuff that actually turns the wheels? Or are we just kind of stuck staring at the beautiful blueprint?
It really makes me think about how often we look at someone's success and think, wow, lucky, or they're just naturally talented. And we completely miss the years of invisible stuff, the grind, the failures, the tiny adjustments, that relentless, quiet grind behind it all. This source almost forces us to shift where we put our admiration, doesn't it? Not just on the polished result, but on the robust, often messy process that built it. It's about respecting the engine, not just the shiny car. So, okay, second key insight feels like real momentum. It's not from the dream's dazzle, it's from the consistent, often unseen tick of the gears. That daily effort is what truly compounds. And this leads us to the final lines in the excerpt, and arguably, they're the most profound. They completely reorient how we think about winning. The source advises us win not by chasing the finish line, but by building the road beneath your own feet. Now, this isn't just a small tweak in thinking. This feels like it fundamentally redefines achievement, even fulfillment, maybe. What are the big implications of this shift? Especially if you're someone who's always been driven by, clear-cut goals, finish lines.
What's really revolutionary here, I think, is that shift from a fixed external target to an internal ongoing process, chasing a finish line. That implies a destination already exists, a race someone else set up, maybe. There's a certain external validation tied to it, right? A medal, a title, hitting a number. The focus is all on that final moment, arrival. And sometimes, maybe often, once you cross it, there can be the sense of, what now? Anticlimax. A void where the purpose was, but building the road beneath your own feet, that's a whole different way of operating, a different paradigm. It speaks to continuous creation, to self-reliance, to putting the emphasis squarely on the process of moving forward, not just the target itself. You're not just a participant running on a track someone else laid. You are the architect, the engineer, the laborer of your own unique path.
That distinction, participant versus architect, that feels incredibly empowering. Takes you out of just competing or comparing all the time.
Absolutely. It embodies this deep sense of empowerment and ownership. It means you're constantly creating your future, adapting to the terrain as you find it, laying down each piece of the road, one deliberate action at a time. And this gives you huge adaptability, resilience too. If the path you thought you'd take becomes blocked, you don't just stop or give up. You pivot, you reassess, you build a new section of road. The win isn't some final fleeting moment. It is the continuous, empowering act of building, of construction itself. The journey, the one you forge with your own effort. That becomes the reward. It's finding satisfaction not just when you arrive, but in the active daily creation of your way forward. It really redefines success.
Wow, that's such a powerful reframe. And it feels like it has immediate, real-world implications for us day to day. If you're only focused on that distant finish line, it's easy to miss the richness of the journey, right? The skills you're building, the challenges you're overcoming right now. You might even put things off because the end seems so far away. This source seems to suggest that real control, and maybe a deeper fulfillment, comes not from finally getting there, but from the active, consistent, empowering work of making progress, of creating that road piece by piece. It's like an invitation to find meaning in the ongoing act of creation and the daily effort that builds your unique path. Okay, so our third and maybe most transformative takeaway. True winning isn't about reaching a preset finish line. It's about the continuous, empowering act of building your own path. So let's just pull these three incredibly potent insights together. From the daily grind, building your own road. This source, it isn't saying dreams are bad or knowing your direction doesn't matter. Not at all. A compass is vital. Dreams inspire. We need those. But what this short, punchy excerpt does, it serves as this really solid reminder that the true engine of progress, the force that turns hopes into reality, it's consistent, often unglamorous daily action. That's the core. It seems to be about finding that deep satisfaction, not just in the having the result of reaching a goal, but in the making, and the continuous deliberate process of building it.
Yeah, and this brings up an even deeper question, maybe about how we understand success itself. If we really take these insights on board, then success isn't just about having a big vision or some distant static goalpost. It is profoundly intrinsically tied to the continuous deliberate acts of building the road through that quiet grind. It's recognizing that the journey itself, the one forged by your own consistent step-by-step effort, it's not just a means to an end. It is the win, the ultimate win, maybe. It's the compound effect of those unseen gears, turning every single day, constructing the very ground you walk on. That defines your real achievement. It's realizing that you have the power to chart your course, fuel your own progress, build your destiny, one deliberate step, one road segment at a time. It kind of liberates us from always looking at external benchmarks, doesn't it? Puts the power right back in our own hands, in the daily effort.
What an incredible amount of wisdom packed into such a short piece. Really makes you think. We've gone through this idea that guidance is an action, that dazzling dreams need that persistent, often unseen work, and that true winning, it comes not from some finish line out there, but from the daily, empowering act of creating the road right under your feet.
So maybe as you think about your next big aspiration or your next goal, maybe even just what you want to get done today, ask yourself this. Are you just admiring the compass? Or are you actually taking that crucial first step? Are you simply dazzled by the dream's image? Or are you really hearing that quiet tick of the gears and, putting in the work? And are you only chasing some finish line someone else might have set? Or are you actively, consistently building the road beneath your own feet, one segment at a time?
Those are some truly powerful questions to sit with. We really encourage you to think about your own daily grind, those unseen gears turning in your life. What road are you building today? And what's the next piece you're going to lay down? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.